You are now watching the Trap Stars.
Continue, please.
Racist, man. You should get off the streets and do something better.
So you're saying that we're violent?
Go help.
Continue.
Are you saying
Go help homeless.
Okay.
Go do something.
Okay.
Besides,
Are you suggesting that I don't do those things?
You can't take a race and say that everybody's bad, man.
Why do you believe that?
Why? It's a fact.
What makes you say that?
Because of the things you guys do.
What do you think we
Is that
do?
a reference to what?
The entire nation of people.
Like America?
Not just America, Israel too, Russia, you know, the UK.
Well, the Jews are taking over Israel.
Okay, they're white, right? They're Caucasian.
Yeah, but
So those are your people.
they're different races.
No, they're not.
The Jews believe that
You
non-Jews
spread a whole lot of racism, man.
I didn't say anything that was racist.
Can I speak to him, please?
I didn't say anything that was racist.
Jews believe that non-Jews are not human.
Okay, fantastic.
And I think if you were to look into crime statistics and the prevalence of violent crimes in these black...
Are you suggesting that I don't look into those things?
Well, I think that
Your rhetoric, man.
if you were
You sure about that?
to
Bunch of
insinuate...
bullshit.
Okay.
White man.
And this is exactly why we say what we say. He just met me and is already suggesting that I'm not educated.
No,
Right? But continue, please.
Racist, man. You should get off the streets and do something
So
better.
you're saying that we're violent?
Go help.
Continue.
Are you saying
Go
we're
help
violent?
homeless.
Okay.
Go do something.
Okay.
Besides,
Are you suggesting that I don't do those things?
you can't take a race and say that everybody's bad, man?
Okay, fantastic.
Stupid.
I appreciate your suggestion. Thanks for your input. Continue, please.
Sorry, he's not sober.
I can tell.
So you're insinuating that white people are inherently violent?
Yes.
Yes. And do you think that white people are generally...
I ain't got no time for
I'm sorry, say that again?
Do you think white people are generally better at anything else?
Oh yeah, definitely. You guys are great at war.
War.
Yeah, for
How
sure.
about you, engineering?
Huh?
How about engineering?
No, absolutely not. As far as better, weapons, yeah, that has to do with war, right? But as far as, like, for example, the greatest weapon they created, arguably, is the atomic bomb.
Right.
And whose brain did they use to create it?
It's not even real. It's
Hold-
fucking fake.
Hold on.
It's
Wow.
a weapon.
Imagine saying that to somebody who lives in Japan,
Right.
right? But anyway, right? So consider one of the greatest weapons known to man, arguably to this guy, right? Whose brain did they use to create that? Not a white man's. It was a black woman.
Whoa, wait. A black woman to create what?
The atomic bomb, they couldn't figure out how to make sure that it stayed where it needed to be.
Jews created the atomic bomb.
Okay, and
Do you know why the Germans didn't create the atomic bomb
but
before America did?
why?
It's because all the Jewish neuroscientists fled to America, and that's part of the reason that they're...
And yet they still needed a black woman to figure out the proper.
That's not even true. They were focused on rockets.
Yeah.
That's
You're
what
not
they
even
were
thinking about
focused
the
on.
atomic bomb. You're talking about a movie that was made about a black woman that was part of the NASA space program.
Okay,
That's what you're talking about.
and
There was black women part of the next space program.
Yeah, I know. That's
Talking about some of the best mathematicians in the world. But there are also black women involved with the making of the atomic bomb.
I'm trying to understand.
It's both. I don't understand.
It wasn't
why
the
you're trying
black
to say
woman
it's
in
one
the
or the
atomic
other.
bomb. It was the Jews in the atomic bomb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Albert Einstein-
So you're telling me that there was no black woman involved in the creation of the atomic bomb?
Correct. Yeah, they weren't allowed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They weren't allowed.
Yeah.
What was the name? Name of that scientist? Oppenheimer or some shit like that? It's Oppenheimer, right? Oppenheimer. Interesting. You ever watch his documentaries?
It's all fake.
Oh, it's fake. He must be German.
He doesn't believe the atomic bomb exists.
That's right.
How many
Are you German?
How many people died?
Are you German? Are you German? Ah, that makes because he lost. He's a loser.
Right.
It can't be real.
How many Jews do you think died in the Holocaust?
I don't care because they're not real Jews.
Oh, what? What's a real Jew look like?
Him, and him.
Actually, if you guys believe Jesus was black,
I know that Jesus was a black man.
he wasn't. He was Middle Eastern.
Holy shit.
They're bronze.
They're bronze.
Yeah.
What if they're burned in a furnace?
you're relating a Middle Eastern person to a Jewish person.
So let me ask you a question. Is Middle Eastern a race or is it a location?
It is a location, but
Oh, wait, hold on. So how does a location determine the the color of someone's skin?
because
Go ahead, try to explain me. Please rationalize that
so
in your pee-wee sized brain.
okay, so the equator will determine your distance away from the equator will determine your pigment of your skin.
So what happened to the Eskimos?
What the?
They are pretty lightly pigmented, yes.
Eskimos are darker than me.
Also
What the hell is he
migrants.
talking
They're
about?
also migrants from other places.
Are you sure you're not drunk? I think the other guy was sober.
I have a Bible verse.
Please read the Bible.
Let's read the Bible.
Lord
It's the book
Jesus.
of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Now there was in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called niggers.
That was called what?
That was called niggers.
Wow.
The Jews were called niggers.
Yeah, nigger just means it's a stupid person. Nigger just means it's a stupid person. Nigger just means it's a stupid person.
Wow. Actually, no, it doesn't. No. The you're right. And it means black man.
Dumb person.
No, it doesn't. Well, he's right. In his perspective, that's how he looks at us. Because remember, he walked up and his suggestive posture was that we didn't look up the criminology and the statistics of crime.
Blacks do commit a disproportionate amount of violent crime.
Wow. This is coming from the person that he's German, right? Was in World War I and II.
Got your ass beat both
I'm also
times.
Not to ask what both times.
There's no bigger killers on the planet than your people.
Yo.
Not even close.
there was actually a massacre of black people that occurred, and they don't document that because they don't like the idea
So
of
how do you know about
non-Jews.
How does he know about it? He got to be the one that massacred them. Police.
No, it's the fucking Mongolians. You fucking retard.
Oh, now I'm an effing retard.
Do you go to
Now I'm an effing retard. Excuse me?
Did you go to public school?
Does that matter?
You did. All of you went to public school.
All of us went to
You
public
guys are all
school. Okay.
slaves. Do you guys believe back?
Now we're all slaves.
My parents
Huh?
spent
You believe back?
He has no clue.
no clue.
Okay, well tell
Just
me.
to send me and my
Then-
sisters
then
to
answer the question.
one of the best schools in this country.
Exactly.
Question. The answer.
Yes, he went to private school.
What's private school?
Yep.
So you weren't. I mean, private school's its own thing. They're still brainwashing you either way.
Oh, okay. Oh, now. The thing is, I love when they create a standard, and when the standard doesn't meet their expectation, now the goalpost is all the way on the other side of the field.
Well, I mean, the winners are the ones that are taught history, it will determine what happens.
Oh, and this is coming from the guy that the atomic bomb doesn't exist.
Right.
Wow.
I think it's a weapon of fear, yeah.
It's a weapon of fear. So the people who are still suffering today in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that's all in their heads.
Right.
That doesn't exist.
I mean, have you ever been there?
Who?
Have you,
It's just fake.
still there. Have you ever been there?
Actually, I know people that have been there. Yes.
I know people that have never been there.
Okay. Are you suggesting my family members are liars?
You don't even look black, though.
I didn't say I was black. Did I ever say I was black?
Yeah, well, so what's your insinuation with the Caucasian race? Do you have favorite Caucasian?
It's not an insinuation. It's a fact that you guys are violent.
So maybe she's my favorite.
Okay, but like, do you have like a favorite, ethnic?
Yeah, the Israelites.
So Jews?
God's favorites are the Israelites. Let's get that. Let's get Deuteronomy 7 and 6. No, I'm not Jewish.
What is this?
I'm an Israelite. It's not a star.
It is a star.
No, it's not. Stars are round, genius.
Yeah.
What?
Look,
What?
stare at that
Yes. Right, go stare at the sun.
This looks pretty similar to the Star of David.
Okay, fantastic. Star of David is nowhere found in the Torah or Tanakh.
Right.
But anyways, let's read Deuteronomy 7 and 6 so this dog can understand how below us he really is.
Right.
Yes, please. Inform me.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
Uh-huh.
above all people.
What?
Above all people
Read.
that are upon the face of the earth.
So according to God, the Israelites, us, are above everybody else upon the face of the earth.
Yeah, that's not true. Yeah, that's exactly what
That's fantastic.
That's exactly what the Jewish say. They think
Yeah.
they're above.
Do you believe in the Bible?
I do believe in the Bible to an extent. I believe it's also all.
He believes
All right, first and foremost, I'd like to give call hello, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And so praises to the Most High God in His only begotten Son's name, for the world calls Jesus Christ. Your brother Amatis Allah alongside.
Brother Robbie, what's up, DNR?
And we're here again on another Thursday night coffee hours, bringing out the words of the Most High God in truth and sincerity to the best of our ability that the Most High God, Yahweh, has blessed us with. Shalom, shalom to everybody in the chat. Good to see my brothers and sisters in here early and on time. Starting off with our beloved sister, I think, Leela Houston, renewing her membership. Really appreciate you. Yahbashim Yashabagata. Wow, the Water Fair Gems donation continue support the Water family. All right, we got Tribe of Issachar. He got next. Shalom King, another one of our beloved members. Good to see you, fam. Got our brother Shapacha in the house, running things up there in T.R.A.P, Afghanistan. Shalom King, always a pleasure. What else we got? I want to say everybody else is late. No.
Yeah, I said DNR for Amadaz's mic.
Yeah, our beloved chief sister, Princess Ala Aisha, and of course the House of Amorai is in the house. Good to see the family as always. Hold on. My beloved brother from Manasseh, Raquam's in the house. Shalom King, mi hermano. All right, and I think
Sounded very gringo.
Sounded better than you.
Which is what matters.
Yeah, which is extremely gringo. It's very proper. We got to give a special shout out, of course, to our beloved chief sister, Princess Melina, is in the house, one of our beloved moderators, members, and the writer, director, creator of Hebrew Kids TV. Remember, that's all one word on YouTube, Hebrew Kids TV. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and leave comments.
Oh, shoot.
Uh-oh. Oh, you're not ready?
That was the one thing I forgot.
Wow, interesting.
I know. Wicked.
Pomegranate zeet banging like a smurf.
What?
Tribe of Issachar says I look like a smurf right now.
The Feast of Dedication is a holy holiday that we celebrate for 8 days. During these days, we have feasts and give gifts. It's a wonderful festive time that we share. But where does it come from? Back then, during the time of Alexander the Great, he went conquering many kingdoms and becoming a mighty man on earth that many feared. Before he died, he divided all the kingdoms among his men. Out of the kings was a man named Antiochus, who had rulership over the Greeks. In those days, there were some wicked Israelites that persuaded many to join hand with the wicked. And when they did, the king told them to do the ways of the heathen. So they did, not circumcising their children, forsook the holy covenant, and continued to do mischief. Now when Antiochus' kingdom was established, he thought to take over 2 realms. So he went after Egypt and took everything from them. Then he went against Israel in Jerusalem and tore down our sanctuary, robbed our gold, and slaughtered many. Israel was in great mourning. Many were killed, women and children taken captive, and our homes burned with fire. The heathen built the city of David with a great wall with towers. Wicked men with armor fortified themselves there with all of Israel's spoils. Those that lived in Jerusalem ran away because the city was full of strangers. Innocent blood was spilled in the sanctuary, and it was defiled. The land of Jerusalem was in great mourning. And it came to pass that King Antiochus commanded the Israelites to leave the laws of God and to follow him, his religion, sacrifice to idols, and profane the Sabbath. So, some of the Israelites did, sacrificing pigs and unclean animals to idols, leaving their children uncircumcised and living lawlessly. Those that refused to break God's laws were killed by the king. There was a man named Mattathias in Modin. He had 5 sons: Johanan Caddis, Simon Thaddeus, Judas Maccabeus, Eleazar Avaron, and Jonathan Aphis. Mattathias saw all the evil being done in Judah and Jerusalem. Him and his sons mourned and were broken by what happened to the land and the sanctuary. Now the king's officer was going into the land to have the people make sacrifices. So Mattathias went with his sons and other Israelites to see the officer. The officer said to Mattathias, "Come."
That's right, folks. So if you haven't subscribed, bro,
I'm just trying to, because you put it like this on purpose, right?
it was just like that.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Okay.
I'll shut my white mouth.
Yeah, do that first. So if you haven't subscribed to Hebrew Kids
First and
TV,
foremost.
make sure you go there today and subscribe, leave comments, do all the things. Remember, that's Hebrew Kids TV, spelt out all as one word on YouTube, Hebrew Kids TV. Like, share, subscribe today. All right. And of course, real quick to our beloved family at the House of Amariah, Yahabashim Shabakatam, Wat the Water for your Gems donation, continue supporting, keeping that $1 drive alive 7 more times, and getting the super chats going tonight. Really appreciate you, family. Come on, all praises. All right. Now over to our beloved brother, Rob Yawasop, the Trap God. TG, stand up. What's going on tonight, brother?
Man, all praises, honor, and glory to you. How about Shemi Awashai? All praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Shemi Awashai. That's first, that's foremost. All right. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, sharing the video, hitting that like button. All right. Before we get into anything else, of course, let's go ahead and start spamming the prayer hand emojis in the chat. Let's go ahead and start spamming the prayer hand emojis in the chat, because we are praying for our people. We are praying for our land. We are praying for our land, and we are praying for our people. We're praying for physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, agricultural, and financial health with stability. And of course, we're doing so by Hashem Yahweh. Starting off with our elders, we have Zaquan Rapaya, Zaquan Dabwara, Zaquan Deshaun, Zaquan Brother Douglas, Zaquan Yapaja, Zaquan Brenda, and Elder Priest Zabak. Then we have Chief Sister Tanya and her family, her Aunt Angel, daughter-in-law Marquita, her sons Cameron and Dewan, Chief Sister Princess Erica and her family, her brother Tazama, brother Eric, son Jalen, and daughter Sister Holly, Chief Sister Dione Israel, her husband, son Jaden June Angel, and his wife Anna, Brother Magan Israel and family, Sister Mayatazak and family, Nayana and family, Azariah and family, Brother Mayashala's Ribs family, Ali Yashai's family, Tonio and family, J Dubs and family, Lahag and family, Papa and family, Brother Yamershan and family, Sister T.R.A.P and family, Yolanda Caesar and family, Brother Hazaz's mother, Brother Nashah's mother Heidi, Jose Israel's mother Elizabeth, Brother Amariah's grandmother Daisy, Brother Namar and his mother Edith, Brother Jay and his mother Iris, the house of Matthew, the house of Quatazab Allah, house of Shemaiah and family, Cadiz and Bislav family, Brother Tazahab's daughter Tiffany, Chief Sister Tanya, Chief Sister Princess Erica, Chief Sister Teresa, Chief Sister Shalimar, Chief Sister Dione Israel, Chief Sister Melina, Chief Sister Princess Elisha, Chief Sister Charity, and Chief Sister Romanica Wade, Sister Edna, Baby Annalise, Sister Sharon, Colette, Kalia, Mashara, Saparia, Perez, Hadassah, Laela, Mila, Katana, Jay, Kayal, Layla and family, Masala, Tati, Aaliyah and family, Lilibeth, Adriana, Kwane, Adani, Melina, Kayla Duckworth, Michaela, Mariah, Isaiah, Azariah, Roxy, Clarissa, Cheryl, Tracy, Donna Epps, Ashley, Sierra, Loretta and Christina, Nakwa, Summer, Evelyn Leandre, Nevea, and Sister Rochelle, Brother Willie, Carmelo Anthony, Zarak, Jeremiah, Yawasop, Luke, Iwa, Joseph, Naquam, Chief Priest Elazar Bonloya, Priest Akab, Brother Hassad, Brother Avi, Wedin, Jay, Ahmad Zalab, Kawapam, Patrick, Yawanathan, Athal Pinder, Meshach, Isaiah Alan Nakash, Paris, DeMarco, Quinton, Juan, Banya, Amariah, Gawad, Kashayel, Rapa Allah, Tribe of Issachar, Mahar, Famous Richard, Show Speed, Kaisanat, Rob, Jesus, Ayara, Tawash, Gamaya, Ant, Mayagala, Hayaman, Aina, Dakar, Isaiah, Raquam, Dagar, Yaquab, Quadar, Joaquim Jones, Nagai, Thabawan, and son Nathan, Zaram, Sayad, Aliyah, Taziyar, Tuzar, Abayar. Let's make sure we put on some extra prayers for the brother Abayar and his household. All right, going through a lot of things right now. So let's put up extra prayers for the Brother Javier and his household, please and thank you. All right. Brother Rakawam, Allah Zabad, Ashaya, Kananaya, Papa Yarjo, Dwayne Scott, Vincent, Zayon Raka, Jaden, Kylan, Nakwash, R, Amawan, Ariala, Ahazaya, Rawatazak, Warabia, Kanaya Allah, Lamo Allah, Gazar, Gazar, and Darayani, Jonathan Montague, King Kator, Quatazab, Yasiel, Moses, Ramamath, Abraham, Zion, Shashawan, and family, Brandon Green and Ayer Green, Deshaun Robertson, Christian Navarro, Yadi, Jacquees, Yatab, Sergeant Yatab, Brother Shapacha, and daughter Ariana, Sharian, Shariad, Ashdath, Aliyadad, Tony, Hosea Israel, Tazawar Ali, Yakal, Awarya Allah, Nakamaya, Tazalim, Alan Cupid, Gowanya, Azaniah, Hassan, Alan Arusco, Brother Tyrone, some of the camp schools and ministries, Sakari, The Light of Zion, Sons of Thunder, Watchmen for Israel, Great Millstone, House of Bread, Israelites, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, Israel United in Christ, Genesis Israelites of Israel, the Masada, the Refiners, Geborim, Alpha Omega Clan, Ram Gadal Gabarium, Believers of the Way, Sons of Jacob, Hebrew Excellence, Jeshurun Camp, Living Waters, and Servants of YHWH Ministries Incorporated. Last, most certainly not least, the land of Israel itself, from the Nile to the Euphrates, from the Euphrates to the Nile. We are praying for our people. We are praying for our land. We are praying for our land, and we are praying for our people. Praying for physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, agricultural, and financial health with stability, and doing so by Hashem Hamashiach Yahushai. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure, again, you guys are hitting the like button, sharing the video, hitting the like button. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Shout out to those watching from Trapganistan channel. Shout out to those watching from Miami Trap Star channel. Hit the like button on both videos. Share both videos. All right. My dad, Mark, and brother Ryan. Ado Ryan. Is it Ado Ryan? Send me a message on how to properly pronounce that, please. But yeah, send me a message on how to properly pronounce that. Is it Ado Ryan or Ado Ryan, etc.? Salakia. Salakia, y'all, hold on. It's Adorium. All right, all praise, honor, glory to the Most High. It's Adorium. All right, all praise, honor, glory to the Most High. The Water Chief Sister Princess Allah Shah. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please hit the like button. Share the video, and hit the like button.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what's going on with me. Oh, you know what? It's probably because I was in the rain today. Oh, that's what it is. Sheesh.
All right, so like y'all. Remember, we got to abstain from distractions, regardless of the form they take, right? Regardless of the form they take, we got to abstain from distractions. All right. Hashtag no distractions in the chat. Hashtag no distractions in the chat. All right. Of course, you already know what it is, man. It's coffee hours. All right. Some open cases looking to be reviewed. We've really touched on TONEANICOLEMILLER. We touched on Carmelo Anthony, but we have not talked about Brother NOLANWELLS. All right. We've talked about Brother Carmelo Anthony. We've talked about Sister TONEANICOLEMILLER, but we have not talked about NOLANWELLS. All right. So let's get also hashtag no distractions, hashtag NOLANWELLS in the chat. All right. Hashtag NOLANWELLS, hashtag no distractions. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Servants of YHWH Ministries Incorporated, fair use notice. Fair use notice. This broadcast may include copyrighted material used for commentary, criticism, teaching, research, and educational discussion. Servants of YHWH Ministries Incorporated does not claim ownership of third-party content shown or reviewed. All right. Baba Kasha, let's go ahead. And again, spam, no distractions. Also, hashtag NOLANWELLS in the chat. All right. I'm going to go over verbally just a brief, little thing here. Try to make it brief as possible. As far as what's really gone over the course of time, if you will, dealing with the NOLANWELLS thing. But of course, the first thing we want to do is definitely give sincere condolences to his family, right? Because having to, as a parent, having to bury a child is not on the list of things to do, right? Of course, there's been headlines, arguments, viral videos, and different theories. Like, for example, I heard about the toxicology. Is it toxology or toxicology? How do you say that word, Amantazah?
Toxicology.
Toxicology. Apparently, they attempted to spread rumors, false rumors, of him having high levels of alcohol in his system. It shows that report was false, has been reported recently. NOLANWELLS was only a teenager. He was in high school still. He had goals. Like, from just the stuff that I was looking at today, he was I saw pictures of his wingspan as an athlete. The man was on a road going somewhere. From what I see. And July 3rd was the last night that his mother saw him. It says here that the GPS information obtained from the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources reportedly shows that the boat left a private dock near Ocean Springs at approximately 9:56 in the morning. The boat arrived at Horn Island approximately 11:14 a.m. Right? It's not an ordinary public beach where you can simply walk to a parking lot or call an Uber when you are ready to leave. So the place that they were at was already kind of off the map, if you will, or it's not like a regular beach. Like, you're not finna just post up like you would go to a Miami Beach or something like that.
It was a little barrier island. It's about,
right.
Yeah, it's about 10 miles long and like 1 mile wide at its widest point. So yeah, it's just a little barrier island.
It ain't the regular spot. You know what I'm saying? Which, of course, is a part of the questions that people are asking. We know kids do dumb stuff. It's really, what were the intentions of his friends? I think you mentioned last time that guy that is no longer an officer, but he has a YouTube and he calls himself officer. What's his name?
Officer Tatum.
He was previously an officer. He's no longer one.
Right.
And he interviewed all the friends, I believe, on his show. One of the small clips that I watched today, the guy was all over the place. Of course, typically when people do stuff like that, it's pointing towards, the level of being nervous and almost as if he's trying to hide something, right? Then you have the time frame where he went missing. You have the time of the emergency, like Elders Raquam is mentioning or mentioned in the chat. The sound engineer isolated the background where you can hear, "Is he dead? Nolan, wake up!" Right? Then, of course, his phone returns without him. Right? Did you know recently they also, I guess not recently, maybe within the last week or so, they subpoenaed the social media accounts or the social media businesses, TikTok, Life 360, Instagram, etc. Tons of stuff was deleted. But without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the video that I chose. And if we have the opportunity, probably get into this little article too off of the Rolling Stones that was posted about a week ago. All right. We may or may not dive into the scriptures. So again, brothers and sisters, just like any and every other live class that we do, if y'all got questions, ask your questions. All right. Whether your question is on topic or off topic or on topic. Also, we do encourage brothers and sisters to take notes. All right. About what's being talked about, etc. If you got something to add, go ahead and add it. Let us know about it, etc. Get your pens, your pencils, your notebooks, your highlighters. Most importantly, have your Bibles out. ready to read along with us if we do go to the scriptures, Lord willing. And of course, we do look to raise a minimum of 50 super chats, just like every other live class we do, and it can be as low as 99 cents. All right, 1 yes, 2 no. Are you ready to go? 1 yes, 2 no. Are you ready to go? Slacky, go ahead. Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Let go.
All right. Yeah. Where is it at? Right here.
Yeah, Tribe of Issachar had a question.
Oh, I've been missing his questions recently. That's crazy. Wicked. Did you yet watch the video that posted in the Discord about the fact that Starbucks is now putting a toxic mix blend in most, if not all, of their drinks? I did see that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I drink Starbucks. I don't know what toxic mix you're talking about, but I already knew that they get moldy coffee beans from China. So I don't know how bad it can get from there for real.
Yeah, I saw. I don't know if it's the same video that you sent, but I saw like the Starbucks employees were talking about it, and they're getting sick from it and getting headaches and messing with their lungs.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, one of them got fired because like she showed her face and everything, and they knew who she was, so they fired her like that same day.
Oh, wow. Yikes, that was horrible. In the legal claims claimed it. Methylene chloride, benzene, and toluene associated with solvent-based decaffeination processes. Hey, man, shout out to Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? Any other fast food restaurant.
It starts out as a powder that when they breathe it in, as they're trying to prepare it, like powder goes everywhere, and they breathe it in, and it's been messing them up.
So it's probably toxic in the air, but maybe not necessarily in a drink.
Well, I mean,
relatively speaking.
I wouldn't want to drink that stuff. Just looking at it, it's like, damn, I wouldn't want. They use it like as a thickening agent for certain things that they make. They make something there where if it sits for like 30 minutes or something, you could see it separate, and then it looks disgusting. It looks like something you wouldn't want to drink. So they've been adding this concoction in there to help keep it thickened up so it looks solidified still and looks more appetizing. It's basically all it comes down to.
I ain't gonna lie. Most of what I get from there is literally tea and it's like this one espresso drink. So you can't really add nothing to it. I get whole milk espresso. That's all that's in my drink. So
I've been seeing your drink separate though sometimes too.
Mine? Nah.
Is it yours or maybe
Colliers?
Colliers.
Yeah, she get the crazy stuff. Mine is just milk and espresso. Yeah. And then I get their medicine ball is just tea. It's this hot citrus tea. Real quick, shout out to the elders of Kwan Rapaya Zakwan Dabara in the building. Shalom to all called to be saints. We are living in strange times. Pay attention and definitely don't be distracted. Stay awake. Stay focused. Hashtag no distractions in the chat. Hashtag no distractions in the chat. Shout out to the elders again.
For Sir Beloved Zaquanium, Yahabashim Shabakatham. While the Water Fair Just Donation continues supporting keeping that $1 drive alive 2 more times. The Water Family.
Chief Sister Melina, you drink that Starbucks? Starbucks gang.
See?
Powder game.
Did you have anything to do with Nolan's death?
No.
Do you have
look away and shake his head? No.
He did? Let me see.
Yeah.
Did you have anything to do with Nolan's death?
No. And it was to the left.
Yeah, he looked away to the left, down and to the left, closed his eyes, shook his head, no. Because he can't even look a wicked ass nigga like fake Officer Tatum in the face and lie to
him. Do you have personal knowledge of someone directly?
Oh, she drinks 7-Eleven coffee. That's
even worse. Yeah, that's like freebasing.
in your friend group having anything to do with Nolan's death?
No, not at all.
Bombshell tonight in the investigation of the death of a young man, Nolan.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's
I think
the
this woman is
devil.
hilarious. Look at her face.
She's great. That is the devil's wife right there. And she is amazing.
Oh my goodness. Listen, if you ever need somebody to
telling
just whatever, it's her.
Yeah. She got that Delta Burke hairdo from the early 90s. She got that Golden Girls look.
Yes. Definitely Golden Girls look. For
She's
sure.
She's in Sarasota right now, retired, still
doing the
working.
devil's work.
You see, doing the devil.
You know when Satan comes amongst the sons of God and the Most High says, "Where have you been?" It's Nancy Grace says, "I've been everywhere."
It's with my wife, sir. Trust me, it was not a good time. That's
Right.
why I'm here now. I was so happy that you summoned us. Like Satan's so happy to be away from her.
Oh snap!
Oh Lord!
Oh Lord!
NOLANWELLS, death threats are flying. One actually says there's going to be blood, so much blood. Another death threat says,
huh?
Body gyrations, so much blood. What was that? She's like Dracula. What? Look at that face. It is Dracula.
Listen, this is
Jesus,
the perfect
ask
person.
Satan.
You know,
Man.
this is just the perfect person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Slack it real quick for the elders.
He is amazing. Of course, our beloved Zaquanium, YHWH Ministries, Walk the Water for your generous donation, continue supporting, keeping that $1 drive alive. What is that?
5 more times.
5 more times. The Water family.
Did you get the new member?
Yes, I did. That was the first shout out that I did.
Oh, Salaki, and I know you got all these.
Mm-hmm.
All right, all praise to the Most High. Shout out to y'all getting us started on this 50 super chat goal. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
All right, love y'all, man. Back to the devil.
don't go outside. How can anybody do their jobs when they're getting death threats? Not only that, we understand this case is headed to a grand jury. We also learned tonight that the state's autopsy is complete, but is being kept secret.
But I ain't gonna lie, for me, that's the craziest thing.
Yeah, why would you?
The fact that the autopsy is being kept secret for what? Right? And then I heard, that the family, of course, requested a private autopsy be done, but there was particular body parts missing that when they sent it to the private, I don't know what the people are called. The people who,
to do the private autopsy.
yeah, right. There was particular imperative and very important body parts missing. I believe it was the lungs and the esophagus, or something to do with the throat area.
Throat, yeah.
All right. And yes, make sure y'all put fair use in the chat. I did put up the banner, but yes, please put fair use in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Straight commentary, etc.
Isn't an autopsy a public document?
Yeah.
Why is it being kept hidden from us, the public? What is in that autopsy?
And this ain't no it ain't no Federal Bureau of Investigation or CIA. You know what I'm saying? For it to have all these damn classified documents, right?
No, the feds are involved now. That's how I don't understand.
Because the judge got threatened.
Oh, that's all they care about was the judge?
Yeah, that's the only reason they got involved, was because the judge got threatened. And they arrested 3 folks. They arrest 3 people for threatening someone, right?
But they're not arresting nobody for threatening NOLANWELLS, Mom. Where's that at?
Not even just that. But nobody got arrested for showing up home when somebody else is missing. Right? Suspects like that, how are they not at the top of the damn totem pole? How are they living regular lives? People are verbally threatening a judge. They get arrested immediately. These people showed up without their friend, showed up with his phone, but not him. And there was a delayed report in him missing. But they cool. Come on, man. is already imbalanced. So you already know what that means. It's an abomination.
First autopsy of Nolan Wells. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
Good evening. This is the devil.
My mind, because in my head, if I wasn't drinking, if I didn't get into that altercation, maybe I would be able to do something. Maybe I would have saw something. Maybe I would have told Nolan, hey, man, you're not going with that girl. Just come back with us. We're going back a little bit later. We can go meet up with the guys later.
The young lady, Katie, that he was hanging out with, I saw a text message from her alluding to the fact that she never saw him get on that boat at all. They could have been saying, don't die or is it dead, referring to the bilge pump. Somebody would have seen something if there was a dramatic commotion like this occurring on that boat.
I hope Nolan Wells died by accident. I'm not shutting down our Crime Stories investigation until I know.
If it was the pump, why are they saying his name? If he's not on the boat, why are they saying his name?
And maybe they named the pump Nolan.
I mean, honestly, this guy's supposed to be an ex-cop. What's going on here? Come on, brother. You gotta do better than that. I'm gonna start agreeing with Amadaza about you being the fake cop.
Yeah, he's a grifter.
Just like God Logic, according to Sam Shimon.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership. Oh, shut the f*** up! What'd you say?
You know, if that sound is real, there's no getting away from that. And all this business about there's no connection. Well, I listened to a good 40 seconds of SETO, S-E-A, second word T-O-W on hold. Listen to their music.
Attorney Russell Latino, representing one of Nolan's friends, has strongly criticized both the enhanced audio and the transcripts circulating online. He argues they're unreliable and has compared the internet's theories to a game of Clue being played with real people's lives. Meanwhile, the audio engineer...
You say what?
Yeah, we have that program. We could have done that.
No, this is Logic Pro. That's not Guitar.
Oh, it looks like Guitar Hero.
They have a similar layout, but this is Logic Pro X.
Who enhanced the recording, Jeanette Brantley, continues to defend her work. She says she's confident in the enhancement process and maintains that investigators have not contacted her directly to review her analysis. So right now, there are very different opinions surrounding the same piece of evidence. Nancy Grace believes the enhanced recording is genuine. The engineer stands behind her work. The defense says it shouldn't be trusted, and investigators have not publicly confirmed whether the disputed voices in the recording are authentic or meaningful.
Spoken to her.
So this is the call, the distress call to the thing they have a membership for. So we know the call itself is real. We know that they placed the call, but we don't know if it's their voices. For me, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Right? I understand how audio can be messed up, but just simply seeing what she's done on what she was showing there, I grew up around audio engineers, and I'm very familiar with that program. What she was doing, number one, was correct. Where she was enhancing. Number two, I mean, she's already herself an accredited engineer, audio engineer. So she knows what she was doing. She didn't place other sounds in there. She just enhanced the voices.
And anybody that knows how to use that program can see exactly what she was doing and then replicate that. I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying? That there's plenty of people out there that's probably already done that, but there's no point in putting it out. She already got it right.
Very simply, right? Now, if she was adding noise, that's another thing, but she didn't add anything. She took the audio that's already public and simply enhanced the sound. Now, another thing that it would be more arguable, let's say she attempted to reverse the thing. You know how people do music and they find hidden messages and reverse the music? She didn't do that. All she did was make it louder. How was that being questioned? That's just like with your audio Bible, when you attempt to, or when we remove the background noise,
right,
and enhance the voice. That's all. The track itself is still a raw file. But these guys.
I've read her statement. I want you to judge her credibility. Credibility is normally the sole province of a jury, and tonight you serve in that function. Miss Brantley, I'm sure that you're getting all sorts of abuse, threats, and so forth. It's a cacophony that seemingly won't cease. That said, thank you for being with us tonight. Explain to me where you got the audio, how you got the audio, and what, if anything, you did to enhance the audio.
First and foremost, I basically downloaded it off of YouTube from WLOX News's YouTube site. And when I downloaded it, I ripped it off of YouTube. That's the terminology that we use when we take something off of YouTube. But when I ripped it off of YouTube and I pulled it in.
Pause, please. Objection. Miss Brantley, isn't it true that the audio you got was taken directly by XLO from MDMR, correct? The Mississippi Department of Marine Resources. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Okay, please continue, Miss Brantley.
So that means MDMR released the audio. This news station, if you will, reports about that audio. She takes the audio and enhances the audio. So what would they call that in the court of law? The chain of custody?
Basically.
It's touched to 3 persons.
Not even, because I think she just said she got it directly from the MDMR, whatever that thing is called. That I get. It sounds like it's something that's public record, and she got it directly from them.
No, she got it. She said she got it from WXLO, the news station. The news station got it from MDMR.
Different. Okay. All right.
So the chain of custody, but it's still only 3 persons. Right? Real quick shout out to the elders before we continue.
Of course, our beloved Zakonium, Yahabashim Shabakatam, what the Water Fair Just donation continues supporting keeping that $1 drive alive.
14, 15.
15 more times. The Water family.
And all praise, honor, glory to the Most High. Salakia. Oh my. All right.
So when I downloaded it from YouTube, I pulled it into my DAW, which is Logic Pro X. That's my DAW of choice. And when I first listened to it, I realized that it was like a dual mono recording, which most, most phone services or operators utilize when they're recording conversations. And so it was already split between the caller, the dispatch, and the callers in the background. And so that's what made it easy for me to isolate it without having to do much to it. So that isolation, when I separated the left channel from the right channel, that just made me be able to really focus on everything that was on the call end. And what I was hearing was I honestly could not believe what I was hearing.
Miss Janetta Brantley, isn't it true this is the same audio that was released by the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources?
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Let's listen to it one more time.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership. Hey, up! Shut the f*** up! What'd you say? It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. We're going down. I don't know the phone number. It's either. I think it's. Try that. Everybody was on this board. I know we have a membership, like, guaranteed. What? I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. What? No, we do not need that. Let me go look. Where's this? Hey, jump in and pull the plug while you're going.
Oh, they got it here. They got it here.
Hello.
They got it here.
Okay, what's going on? What's up? Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Hello! Let's go! David, Hart? Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Hello! Let's go! David Hart? David Hart?
And real quick, for those of you that may not know this particular program, you guys can see that at the top, she's focusing on one section at a time, right? That's typically what audio engineers do is when you're mixing a song or whatever, you can't just mix the entire thing at once. You have to focus on each part by itself so that then it's a full project together, right? She's zooming in, zooming out, lifting up particular portions based on the tone of voice, etc. Right? So this clearly wasn't something that she just did quickly. She focused on what she was doing. And I want to also add this to think what made her even think about doing this, because all the time audio is given out regarding certain particular there you go. Barzia said soloing the track. Correct. Right. Shalom. Hit the like button, share the video. Right. All the time audio is given out for cases and stuff like that. Right. And sometimes people do this. Sometimes people don't. And the Most High put the spirit on this young lady to put in the effort, because obviously nobody else was trying to put in the effort. They're already hiding the autopsy. Right? Who knows what else they would be willing to hide? The fact that nobody has been charged with anything or true investigation has been done. What's going on? Right? The autopsy should be very clear on what occurred. Right? But some reason that's being held back. Right?
Back to Janetta Brantley joining us tonight, and she shows herself in that video showing what she is doing. What does adding EQ mean, Ms. Brantley?
Adding EQ is basically selecting a certain frequency of the actual sound and either deleting or removing a certain noise, something that's problematic to the ear, deleting that or boosting that. That's literally all EQing is.
What was your process, Janetta? Because I was sitting researching. It was early in the morning, like 5:45 a.m. several days ago, and I was researching the NOLANWELLS case, and I saw the transcript as it was being played. And my husband was also up. He said, "What's wrong?" I'm like, if this is real, This changes everything. It changes everything. Because up until that point, it seemed as if Nolan's death could very well have been an accident. If this is real, it changes everything. It's seismic. What was your reaction when you heard these words, Janetta Brantley?
If the death had ever been suggested as an accident, right? What is the purpose of them waiting so long to report him missing, to report the issue, to report whatever is going on in the commotion in the background of this phone call alone? What the hell is going on? They're reporting that they're sinking. How about reporting the fact that their friend is unconscious?
You know what? I thought that this is just me, and no evidence of this. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. But it almost sounds like to me the initial plan was, okay, we have this dead body, you know, don't know how we ended up dead. Lord willing, we'll find that out in the future. But let's make it look like the boat sank and that we all had to try to swim back to shore.
Mm-hmm.
And the brother didn't make it. And so they were working on trying to get the boat sunk and making it look like they're calling for help and all of that. And then they spoke to, I guess, the grandfather, the one that actually owns the boat and the service.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, y'all not sinking my boat. And then he's like, calls the guy that with the tugboat or whatever. He's like, hey, don't worry, they don't need your help. You know what I'm saying? Well, what about the Coast Guard? Yeah, they don't need the Coast Guard. We don't need nobody. Nobody come out here all of a sudden.
They're sinking, but nobody needs help.
Yeah, we're good now. Don't worry. I don't know. Sounds like a whole mess. And the truth isn't being told, and people know the truth. And it's just going to make it harder on all of them because they're all going to be seen as accomplices, and they're all going to have to be talking to the judge and the jury pretty soon.
Mm.
Yeah, just trying to come up with something, winging it.
Exactly. Trying to come up with an alibi, right? And realistically, because at the onset of what was going on, I didn't know that this was such a southern place like Mississippi, right? I didn't know that particular detail. And when I learned that particular detail, Mississippi is still one of those places where Black and Hispanic people should not be caught in those places at night. These are still places. There's a friend of mine from when I was a teenager in high school, right? My brother's name is Angel. And he lived in this small town on the state line of South and North Carolina. And he would tell me stories about how the police and just regular white civilians would unalive Black and Hispanic people during the day, and nothing happened. There was no reporting of it, etc., because of how small and off to the side this town was. Yeah. And this was this man's childhood, right? Things like that happen on a daily basis, weekly basis, etc. And guess what? Mississippi is one of those places where we are still not safe. What is Deuteronomy? Matter of fact, let's go to the Bible, guys. Let's go to the Bible, guys. If you got your Bible out, get your Bible out. If you don't got it out, get the Bible out. Right? Hang in doubt. Yeah. Let's get Deuteronomy 28. Let's get verse 64 through 67. Let's do this in the NLT, though. 64 through 67. We're going to read in the NLT. Actually, let's do 63 through 68. Might as well. All right, 63 through 68.
Come on, it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 63 in the NLT. Just as the Lord has found great pleasure in causing you to prosper and multiply, The Lord will find pleasure in destroying you. You will be torn from the land you are about to enter and occupy. For the Lord will scatter you among all the nations, from one end of the earth to the other. There you will worship foreign gods that neither you nor your ancestors have known, gods made of wood and stone. There among those nations you will find no peace or place to rest, and the Lord will cause your heart to tremble, your eyesight to fail, and your soul to despair. Your life will constantly hang in the balance. You will live night and day in fear, unsure if you will survive.
Unsure what?
Unsure if you will survive.
Unsure if you will survive. Your life will constantly hang in the balance. This is what happens when we disobey our God, right? And I think this is a perfect time to respond to this particular comment. Chief Sister Princess Allah Shah says, would y'all say this is kid appropriate? Taz is getting all emotional. Y'all talk to your nephew. Well, ultimately, it is up to the parents what they determine kid appropriate or not. I would suggest that Obadiah is definitely at the age, right? Taz may be a little bit more, may need to wait a little bit longer. That's my opinion. Ultimately, that's up to you and Amariah. However, information like this, our children definitely need to know about, because information like this will keep our children from making friends with the heathen. This ain't just white people. These is East Indians. It was a damn Chinaman that unalived that kid. What was that, in Texas?
Was it
The one that ran out of the store? Am I tripping?
Arizona or something?
I know it was one of those,
or was it
Southwest.
Texas?
It was Texas?
It may have been Texas.
It was one of those Southwest region areas, right?
I know Carmelo was Texas, right?
Yes, Carmelo was Texas. But another recent, right? The point is, any non-Israelite group, right? We shouldn't be trying to tether ourselves with them. And these are pieces of information, experiences. South Carolina, shout out Zaquan Raquan, right? The water. But we need to make this known, right? And people will attempt to convince our children, oh, not everybody is like that. Guess what? These were his friends.
Exactly.
His friends. Not everybody liked that type of people. That's what these folks was. You understand?
And didn't you just post a video or some pictures, Rob, of those white girls that got the one black friend drunk? Black girl drunk.
They wasn't even her friend. They wasn't, because she was mentally challenged. They invited her over for a sleepover just to get her drunk and beat her.
Be challenged. That's messed up.
Bro, crazy. So, again, as far as what is appropriate, that's up to you and your husband. As far as what you deem you want your children to watch. However, I do believe this is important information for our children to know, so that they can determine who to stay away from, right? All praise to the Most High. All right, let's continue real quick in the scriptures.
Verse 67. In the morning you will say, if only it were night. And in the evening you will say, if only it were morning. For you will be terrified by the awful horrors you see around you.
For you will be what?
For you will be terrified by the awful horrors you see around you.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Lord will send you back to Egypt in ships, to a destination I promised you would never see again.
Mm-hmm.
There you will offer to sell yourselves to your enemies as slaves, but no one will buy you.
Right, so we know that where we are is a place of captivity, a place of hardship, a place of terrifying, awful horrors where our life is consistently hanging in doubt. Right? And this stems from us disobeying our God. If we want our God to fight for us, we must obey his laws, his statutes, his commandments. Things like, I remember a long time ago, a few years ago, Ahmad Allah brought to our attention what's known as residential schools. I was completely unaware of residential schools in Canada. I was aware of them in like California, Mexico, etc. As far as the Catholic schools and whatnot go. But I did not know about the residential schools that are in Canada. Right? Things like that happen due to our disobedience. So as sad as this makes us, as disturbing as this is, NOLANWELLS, Carmelo Anthony, TONEANICOLEMILLER, if you are sad about this, if you are disturbed by this information, you better keep God's commandments. The next time you go to do something stupid and something wrong, even as silly as catch an attitude or get distracted or what have you, right? Think about this and how disturbed you are right now. If you want to stop being disturbed, if you want to stop being so fearful in about the terrifying horrors around your life, keep God's commandments. So guess what? We won't have any more NOLANWELLS. We won't have any more Carmelo Anthonys. We won't have any more TONEANICOLEMILLERs. Because why? God would be protecting us. Let's get one more scripture before we continue. We're going to go to Ecclesiastes 8 and 5 right fast. We're going to go into KJV on this one. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 5. All right.
You said the ESV?
The KJV. 1 yes, 2 no if y'all walking with us, Baba Kusha. 1 yes, 2 no if y'all walking with us, Baba Kusha. Go ahead, King.
Just a second.
Oh, take your time. Jesus Christ.
8 and 5 KJV.
Yes, sir.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8 and verse 5 in the KJV. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing.
Mm-hmm.
And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment.
Right. So we see that the obedience to our God keeps us protected. Every time we walk outside of the faith and the obedience of Yahweh, we are walking outside of the protection of Yahweh. All right. 1 yes, 2 no if you can perceive, believe, and receive that. Every time we walk out of the obedience and faith of Yahweh, we are also walking outside of the protection of Yahweh. 1 yes, 2 no. Can you perceive, believe, and receive that? All right. In the meantime, right quick, shout out Chief Sister Princess Alayasha.
Of course, to our beloved House of Amariah, Yahabashmi Ashabakatam, want the Water for Your Gems donation continues supporting keeping that $1 drive alive.
10
more times. The Water family really appreciate y'all. And of
And
course,
then Chief
our
Sister
beloved Chief Sister Monica Wade, Yahabashmi Ashabakata, want the Water for Your Gems donation continues supporting keeping that $1 drive alive. Is that 4 more times?
Khan.
The Water sis.
All praise to the Most High. We just need 6 more, ladies and gentlemen. 6 more. All right. Hold on. Tribe of Issachar shares with us Leviticus chapter 26, verse 33. And I will scatter you among the heathen, and will draw out a sword after you, and your land shall be desolate, and your cities waste. Nehemiah chapter 1, verse 8. Remember, I beseech thee, the word that thou commandest thy servant Moses, saying, if you transgress, I will scatter you abroad among the nations. And then Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 3. And shall say unto them, hear, O Israel, you approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them. One more time, Chief Sister Monica Wade.
Of course, to our beloved Chief Sister Monica Wade, Yahabashmi Ashabakata, want the Water for Your Gems donation continues supporting keeping that $1 drive alive. One more time. The Water sis.
All praise, honor, glory to the Most High. We just need 5 more. Lord willing, 5 more, ladies and gentlemen.
I think at my core, I was in disbelief. I wasn't cleaning it or enhancing it to specifically look for or identify a crime or even point the fingers at anybody. I believe I wanted it to be an accident. I think a lot of us wanted it to be an accident. So when I heard those things, when I heard, damn it, Bart, that name stood out to me because I hadn't even heard that name before. As I was listening to certain things that stood out to me, I was in disbelief because, again, I'm just an audio engineer. I'm not an investigator or detective or anything like that. So when I heard a name that I wasn't familiar with, it stood out to me. And that alone made me want to hear what was immediately said after damn it, Bart. And so that's why in that process where damn it, Bart came in loud and clear to me, I decided to go over to the next part to hear what the rest of that statement was, which is where you saw me actually create a loop over that part, split that part, and then add a gain, which the gain is boosting the volume overall.
Right.
And that's pretty much what you saw me do in that actual video. And so to hear, damn it, Bart, Nolan's really dead now, that I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
My reaction too, Janetta, because when I first heard it, I thought this has got to be doctored. This can't be real.
And you see, plenty of videos, etc., have been played from this man's social media. This man was loved by a lot of folks, right? And let me tell you something, which I'm sure most of us already know: the level of hate, how far hate can go, especially in high school drama, etc. Right? I'm not saying that this occurred, just like as I said earlier, not accusing anybody or anything. Mm-hmm. These are thoughts, comments, and perceptions on the information that is being brought, talked about, what have you, right? As far as whatever relationship he had with these gentlemen, at least from what I've seen, nobody has talked about whether if they had prior issues with somebody, him, right? Maybe they got into a fight. Maybe he took one of their girlfriends, right? Maybe one of their girlfriends left him before Nolan, but Nolan didn't want her, right? And I'm bringing these situations up because it happens in high school and stuff like that. I mean, just think about Columbine. Them fools was getting bullied, and they said, to hell with this. We done getting bullied. Them boys brought BOMBS to the school. High level artillery. They was going to end everybody. You understand? Think about any type of school atrocity. 99% of the people that do that are Caucasian people. Right? And we already know biblically, their hate stems from way back with their daddy. It says they have a perpetual hatred for us, man. Right? Real quick, shout out Tribe of Issachar.
Of course, our beloved brother Tribe of Issachar, Yahbashmiya Shabakata, want the Water for Just donation continues supporting, extending your membership all the way to 24 months. The Water King.
Con, that boy had 2 years.
That's right.
2 years. Right? Tribe of Issachar shares with us James chapter 3, verse 8 through 14. We're going to read that right quick. We're going to read from verse 7, though, in the ESV.
It's the book of James, chapter 3 and verse 7 in the ESV. For every kind of beast and bird, of reptile and sea creature can be tamed and has been tamed by mankind, but no human being can tame the tongue. It is a restless evil, full of deadly poison. With it we bless our Lord and Father, and with it we curse people who are made in the likeness of God. From the same mouth come blessing and cursing. My brothers, these things ought not to be so. Does a spring pour forth from the same opening both fresh and salt water? Can you scroll up? Verse 12. Can a fig tree, my brothers, bear olives, or a grapevine produce figs? Neither can a salt pond yield fresh water. Who is wise and understanding among you? By his good conduct, let him show his works in the meekness of wisdom. But if you have bitter jealousy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast and be false to the truth.
Right. Ultimately, what could have potentially been the purpose of them unaliving their friend, right? Raquam shares with us Zechariah 11:5. We're going to also read this in the ESV.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5 in the ESV. Those who buy them slaughter them and go unpunished, and those who sell them say, "Blessed be the Lord, I have become rich," and their own shepherds have no pity on them.
Right. So somebody has to care about us, right? Even in Isaiah chapter 63, right, it says that the Lord looks down and that nobody really is caring about what's happening to his people, right? That's exactly why he's the only one that can avenge us. Remember in Deuteronomy, it tells us, Deuteronomy 32, I believe it is, he tells us that he's the one who heals and he's the one that wounds, right? When you're in his hands, there's none that can deliver but him, right? So all of these things happening to us, we have to be delivered by the Heavenly Father. Again, if this is disturbing, keep God's commandments so it stops happening. It's very much that simple. In this case, guess what? 1 + 1, in fact, equals 2. All right? Obedience plus faith minus sin equals God's protection. Okay?
Don't move. Straight out to veteran trial lawyer Franz.
Just when the debate over that enhanced CETO audio seemed to be splitting into two camps, believe it or dismiss it, Nancy Grace weighed back in. In a post shared yesterday, she came down on one side. The audio, she said, is real, not doctored, not manipulated, real. That directly contradicts what Nolan's friend's legal team has been saying for days. Attorney Russell Latino called the enhanced recording and the transcript that came with it illegitimate, comparing the online speculation to a game of clue people are playing with real lives. On the other side, the audio engineer behind the enhancement, Jeanette Brantley, has stood by her work, even as she says investigators still haven't reached out to her directly. So now you have a sound engineer standing by it, a defense attorney calling it doctored, and Nancy Grace publicly backing its authenticity, all before anyone with subpoena power has weighed in. Who's right? That's still an open question, but it's clear this audio isn't going away quietly. Another topic generating discussion is the interview Tatum conducted with one of Nolan's friends. The interview offered insight into his perspective and has become a point of conversation online. But many of the claims made in interviews and across social media have not been independently verified by investigators.
You explain your relationship with Nolan?
Yeah, I will. So his mom got on TV, as everybody has seen, and said that she didn't know me. And man, that can't be farther from the truth. Me and Nolan, I met Nolan in 9th grade in a second block class. It was math. He was one of the first guys I made friends with. It was somebody I made a connection to, like off rip. He was an athlete. I could tell he was an athlete. When I walked into class, we sat really close to each other. And all he did, he turned around and asked me for a pencil when I first met him in 9th grade when I moved to Ocean Springs. Man, it was tough. And the relationship there has always been best friend in my eyes. I never wanted to take away how close somebody else was with Nolan, but Nolan was my best friend. That was a guy I knew I could call at any point in time. He called me at 11 o'clock on the 4th to see where I was parked at. Man, me and Nolan have countless nights of him giving me advice on my girlfriend, on my life in general. Nolan has been the only friend, and I love my friends and my best friend in this group of guys, but Nolan has been the only person that ever tell me, like, he's proud of what I've done. He's proud of how hard I worked. He's proud of me going overseas to go play ball. That was my guy. Like, that was my best friend.
Yeah, and so how does it make you feel when the media activists are coming out and alluding to the fact that you may have something to do with what happened to Nolan on that day?
Man, that hurts. It hurts is an understatement. I beat myself up every night I lay down. Beat myself up anytime it crosses my mind. Because in my head, if I wasn't drinking, if I didn't get into that altercation, maybe I would be able to do something. Maybe I would have saw something. Maybe I would have told Nolan, hey, man, you're not going with that girl. Just come back with us. We're going back a little bit later. We can go meet up with the guys later. Maybe it just plays out different. And then the fact that they're going to play that is I'm already trying to mourn my friend's death as is, and I'm blaming myself for it. To put that in my head is a next level of hurt that can't be truly explained. Because it's hard to put into words. Generally, it's backstabbing from a sense of a community that I thought I had with my skin color, and they stay so strong together, and I'm supposed to be one of them, but I come up and I speak, and now I'm the person to blame. Now I'm not dark enough for them. I'm not black enough for them, and now I'm the issue. It doesn't make sense. In my head, it doesn't make sense.
Was Nolan? I mean, obviously you were in a friend group.
I'm trying to figure out who the hell this girl is that it seems as if this guy is saying Nolan was with the girl by herself.
So where he was on the boat? What about the recording? Why y'all saying all that on the boat? We heard y'all. Explain that. See, Officer Tatum ain't gonna say none of that. Hey,
of course not.
Recording over here. It's madness, man.
I'm really trying to figure out, like, what is going on as far as, like, nobody knows what happened, but he's able to recall this information that he went with some girl or what have you. Okay, well, does the girl know what happened? What happened? People are saying he drowned, but now the autopsy is being hidden from us. Why would we not be so skeptical? Right? People want us to be so willing to trust this particular institution, these institutions, these people. There's not been one reason for us to trust them throughout history, between the beginning of when whatever type of interaction between Jacob and Esau in the womb themselves. We don't have a reason to trust you. Right? And I don't know exactly what kind of backlash this individual is getting. Apparently, he's looking for the support due to the fact that being black, etc., which I do know about the fact that, like, for example, people like Drake in school, they get bullied. Oh, you're not black enough because your skin not dark enough, whatever. I know that stuff happens, right? You're telling me your best friend, I mean, between Amadazar and I, we've gotten that type of, you know what I'm saying? Drinking, right? Mm-hmm. Stuff like, Yohanathan is still safe with us. Amadazar is still safe with us. Niggas ain't wandering off and then we leaving each other. That doesn't happen. No. Even when I was a child. Nigga, matter of fact, when I take my family, one thing I really dislike, unless we know where each other's at, when I go to the grocery store, I don't like separating from my family. Mm-hmm. Nigga, I'm in the middle of, in the middle of the ocean? No, there's no such thing as separation. You understand? This is a group of kids making dumb decisions, right? And now everybody it's like you have people looking for questions, and then you have people just trying to brush it off. Oh, it's just kids being done. Even if, right, this turns out to be they didn't do anything, something has to happen to these children. Who the hell gave them authority to do all of this, and then someone winds up unalived from it? Something needs to happen to the parents, the children. Something needs to happen. Justice needs to occur.
Why everybody delete y'all social media? Bro, what are y'all doing? This looks really bad. Y'all are weird. I'm telling you.
And for someone to have a best friend, I will say my mom don't know all the friends I've ever had in my life. But she knows my best friend. Anybody who I've ever considered close enough, talking about giving advice, talking about, oh, that's my boy, that's my guy, we always talking. Nigga, my mom knows them. You understand? To some shape, form, fashion, or capacity, she's aware of who they are. And he says, oh, it couldn't be furthest from the truth that his mom don't know me. So are you calling her a liar that she's... And not one time in the stories that he's given has he said, oh, yeah, I met his mom here, or I've actually talked to his mom. His mom does know me. You having some type of relationship with Nolan doesn't prove that she knows who you are. That's the point. She doesn't know you. You popped up out of nowhere, according to Nolan's mom. Right? Never move alone. Move as a team, especially in these dangerous times. Right. They were saying something about Bart's girlfriend. Oh. What were they saying about Bart's girlfriend? She left him for Nolan. That was the girl he went with. Stepping, fetching Tatum. That's what it sounded like. But still, even if he's trying to blame the girl, I mean, what the hell happened to Nolan? That's the question, guys. And how his phone came back, all his personal belongings came back, but not him? That's ridiculous. Right?
But the way the media makes it seem is that almost as if Nolan was the only black person in this whole friend group. Now they don't even mention you. They don't bring you up in this whole thing when it comes to, you know, what happened at Horn Island. So what's your take on Nolan being, you know, presented as like the only black kid in a group of all these white boys?
That's crazy, man. I know we've spoken a little bit, but that friend group that I'm a part of to this day was the first friend group I was in when I moved to Ocean Springs as a new kid coming in. I never knew any of them. I known one kind of, sort of, back from grade school because we went to the same private school together. But that was it. And him being the only black person, minority, any of that measure is insane. Our friend group is diverse from the max. Like, we have a mixed guy. I mean, we had Nolan in our friend group. There's an Asian a part of our friend group. There's a Latino that they're trying to perceive as white. He's truly authentic Mexican. His parents are from Mexico. They came over legally and they did everything right, and he's been here since.
You want to say something?
No, I'm just like, what the hell is he? Could be a whole Spaniard for all you know. If he's saying he a
the
white
devil,
Mexican, he white.
Right.
It blows my mind because our friend group is not a friend group that sees race. Our friend group sees what good you do for other people, what good you bring, and how the type of person you truly are.
The photo we keep showing you is on page 12 of the United Cajun Navy report. It shows 3 boats and more anchored side by side. Boat number 3, the Palm Beach, and also the Triton, we believe, which is the boat that took Nolan to Horn Island. It's also the boat that reportedly leaves, according to the occupants, without...
So, like, the boat was privately owned by somebody, like one of these children's parents, right?
Yeah, or grandparents, yeah.
So, for me, why it seems like there's a lot of children out here. This seems like, you know, it's July 4th, right? I don't know. Has anybody spoken to the parents about how are we allowing teenagers, first of all, to just go off? Nobody's checking on anybody, it seems, right? There was a subpoena by Nolan's parents put in for Life 360, which is a tracking app, right? Hopefully that turns up something. But honestly, for me, first step, somebody needs to take some accountability here. Somebody is unalived. And we already know, like, for example, right? Let's go back to the Carmelo Anthony situation. The man got 35 years for his first offense ever, right? There was extreme effort in putting this man away, this kid. NOLANWELLS shows up missing, and they immediately, he drowned. Oh, that's it. Autopsy report, no need to make it public, although it's supposed to be. And then are mad at people who are looking for answers. This mother had to bury her teenager son. Another incredible young black man who was on a path of greatness. And remember, matter of fact, that video that we watched with the white lady, how white folks are mad whenever we attempt to amount to something good. Mm-hmm. Going back to even the jealousy thing, maybe they was mad at the man because he was way smarter than they'll ever be. He was probably the best one in the group, right? They mad at him. Oh, let's take Nolan out here, right? Or maybe it was something they just wanted to do that day. Maybe it wasn't some long thought out plan, but they started getting drinking. They start hating the man. They're like, oh, look at him. He think he all that, right? Something happens, and then they got to try and come up with all these ways of covering something up. The timeline is horrible. Somebody gotta pay for this, right? Too many things are out of order, right? If this was any other situation, right, concerning different types of individuals, they would be on top of this goddamn case, right? We need the Lord to fight for us, man.
Nolan. They claim they begged him to board their vessel, but he said no. Let me understand this. According, Caitlin Becker, according to the mysterious Katie, not that mysterious because her sister has posted and we've obtained her photo, we think. She says he left with his friends. They say he stayed with her. Okay, that's a problem.
Yep. That's a problem. And there are also quite a few friends that he had come out with. So the Triton that he was on, there were 3 or 4 people on that particular boat. That's the one that he had come out on, and the one that his friends say, we asked him to get back on the boat. He didn't get back on the boat. His phone was on the boat. We left. We took on water. We needed help.
Some friends. Nigga, if Ahmad tell me he don't want to get up, the nigga's getting on the boat. I'm not leaving without you. So either we finna be here all night or your ass is getting on this boat. That's ridiculous. What kind of friend says, oh, okay, well, you don't want to come with us? Then we finna leave you here. Horrible. Matter of fact, my wife and I was just watching this movie. These fools in the movie, they went out to the middle of goddamn nowhere, right? And the friends didn't remember that one of them was swimming in the open water, and they left her, and she ends up getting stung by a whole bunch of jellyfish. What friend? We say this all the time, even when we at camp. There'll be a one individual part of a group who wants to stay and listen, and that group will leave them. What kind of friends are you if you can't watch your friend? Can't be your brother's keeper. Just leaving folks in the middle of the damn ocean. Even that alone should have been some type of negligence or something. That should be a key portion of this. Oh, he didn't want to come with us, even though we brought him out here. So we just left him.
That's my best friend, but I'm going to leave him alone to find another way home from an island.
Right. Oh, maybe if I wasn't drinking, I could have told him not to go with the girl. You sound soft.
Exactly. Because I'm drinking, I would be like, oh, hell no. No. Nope. I'll sit here right here with y'all. I'll be on the third leg. I'll keep on drinking and watch y'all. My entertainment.
You feel me?
Tonight.
Like, come on, bro.
That don't make no sense.
And then all of a sudden, and then with the call, Somehow he is on the boat in the call. And see, people, of course, the defense attorney, his job is to say it's fake. That's his job. They didn't expect this audio to get out. That's the thing. They didn't know about that. And now it's surfaced. Right? So now everybody trying to do something. Nobody has subpoenaed the audio. Right? Because guess what? Once it does get confirmed, authenticated, now Mr. whoever the hell Officer Tatum is, right? I'm already beginning not to like this guy. I didn't watch this whole entire thing.
Oh, he's disgusting. He's worse than you could even think.
Man, horrible. Mm-hmm. Right? Once it does become authenticated, the question is, then what? Right? Shout out to the elders, of course. Pay attention. Do you see how easy it is to create deep distraction with all this lying razzle dazzle? The art of war is Esau's blessing. With this comes lies. Devil, devil, devil. That's you too, Nancy. But we're going to keep watching your video for now.
He said he was going to stay to talk to this mysterious, as you said, Katie. Mysterious Katie says that she talked to him for a minute. It was no big deal. Then his friends called him back, and that's where he went. And she just assumed he went back on the boat with his friends. The issue I think that we're running into here is that the friends weren't just the 4 that you're seeing right here. There were multiple boats, 3 boats full of friends that came out. So could he have been going back to a second boat full of his friends while the Triton was gone, or were they referring to the Triton itself? That, I think, is where the biggest bit of confusion lays.
Dave Mack, question. Dave Mack, Crime Stories investigative reporter, didn't at the get-go the friends on the boat state they didn't know the name of the girl? They didn't know who she was. They had never seen her before. I'm paraphrasing.
I ain't gonna lie to you. My child is not going to a place that looks like this. This is in the middle of nowhere. This is where the body found. Right? My son, listen, if my son ever comes and say, hey, daddy, we're going to Horn. No, you're not. No, the hell. Amada's been trying for years to get me on a damn boat to go to the damn Everglades. Nigga, you're definitely not going to no damn Horn Island. What the hell? You listen, my wife had to force me to get on a goddamn one of those boats that just take you around the shore of Miami to show you like the houses over there. Damn, I'm forgetting the island. Star Island, yeah. Literally it's right next to there. So if something was to happen, I could swim to land easily. It's a whole hour conversation just for me to get on that boat. We definitely not going to this damn place. You understand?
Hold on, Antonio.
You see?
Phrasing. We can look up their exact words. Then does it turn out they're actually texting with her about where is Nolan?
Apparently, Nancy, you have to realize a couple things here.
What we know, July 4th, Wells went to the beach with friends. Friends claim Wells stayed behind to talk to a girl. July 6th, Wells's body was found. Wells found without phone and keys. Wells' Snapchat history was blank. But we know he was using Snapchat.
And it's getting lost in the muck and the mire.
And what I did see with Officer Tatum's one of his interviews, one of the folks said, one of his friends was like, oh, we don't even know his password. How could we get into his phone? With his face, you have Face ID. Very easy. Right?
The friends. We use the term Nolan's friends that he went to Horn Island with. Well, you know what, Nancy? Many people have said that he didn't know Katie, they didn't know Katie before that day, and that Nolan just started talking to her. But now it appears that they, being the group of friends, they were communicating with Katie and knew who she was, and that during the...
Then why would they say they didn't know who she was? Call her some girl, a girl.
Well, here's the problem, Nancy, is I keep hearing friends, but you realize that Nolan, he went out to Horn Island on a boat. You know, Warren Hudson has talked a lot. He's been with Officer Tatum talking about, you know, his best friend Nolan and the whole thing. But first of all, Warren did not go to Horn Island on the same boat as Nolan Wells. And we have heard over and over from parents and friends, he would, you know, run with the one that got you there, right? So Nolan went with one boat and they expected he would return on the same boat. Yet we're now finding out that was never the plan. He was never going back on the same boat that took him to the island. So when we talk about this group of friends, Nancy, they were scattered on 3 or 4 different boats. And we keep focusing on the one with the bilge pump problem. But now, what boat was Nolan Wells supposed to be going back to the mainland?
So, United Cajun Navy working timeline. 3:23 p.m., the video shows crowded anchorage, which I believe may have been just what they showed. 4:27 p.m., the video shows boats, people in Anchorage. 4:31, Nolan's friends left Horn Island. 5 p.m., the group of people are fighting. 7:30 p.m., witness states Nolan nowhere in sight. All right. Jesus Christ.
We know he didn't ride with Warren Hudson to the island. So where was he supposed to be on?
But many of the claims made in interviews and across social media have not been independently verified by investigators. As with every aspect of this case, it's important to separate confirmed facts from personal opinions and ongoing speculation. For now, the investigation continues. The enhanced audio remains disputed. The official autopsy is still sealed, and many of the questions that have captivated the public remain unanswered. As always, we'll continue following the facts as they emerge and bring you verified updates as soon as they're available.
Yeah, I want to get a few more details.
I'm sorry about that.
I know that. Yeah, go ahead. I know that you were all over the news because there was a perceived fight. People, this is the thing that gets me, and I want to clarify this. When I saw the video that they put out on the internet claiming that Nolan was saying, "Give me my effing phone back," the coach came out, Nolan's coach came out and said immediately he knew it wasn't Nolan's voice. And obviously it wasn't Nolan's voice because you were the one that was
me yelling,
in there yelling. You got into an altercation with somebody. What happened after that? Like, put me in your place where the fight is over. Whatever happened. Nolan is somewhere, you're somewhere, you're hanging out. And when was the last time that you saw Nolan before you left Horn Island?
So after the fight, I didn't stay on Horn Island much longer. So the objective, I was really upset. So with you hearing me yelling, my uncle had told me to get on the boat and wouldn't let me back off the boat. Obviously, I was really mad and I wanted to fight, wanted to get what wasn't smart, man. Mm-hmm. And so I was on the boat, I'm yelling, and shortly after that, I left the island. I left probably 30 to 45 minutes after I got into a fight. We started to pack up.
So what I just heard is that there's an adult out there, because he just said his uncle wouldn't let him get off the boat. There's an adult out there, and there's teenagers drinking alcohol. Isn't that unlawful? And then someone shows up unalived.
And you get into a fight. Who'd you get into a fight with? And what were y'all fighting about? Officer Tatum's just sitting there like, yeah, them white folks ain't do nothing. That's all he's saying. Them white folks ain't do nothing. And they asking no questions.
He wanted to talking about, oh, tell me what happened after the fight. No, nigga. What y'all fighting about?
What are you fighting about?
Why did they take your phone?
Yeah. Do you have anger problems? Why are you yelling like that? Give me back my effing phone. Who does that? What is going on? You're old enough to be considered grown in this country. Who does that? What is happening right now? Nothing that any of them says makes any sense. And they don't explain anything going on. Because once you start getting into the details, And then in the future, when you're asked about those details again, stuff starts changing. People are going to notice. That's why now would be a great time. Get it on the record. What were you fighting about? Who are you fighting? Who did you want to fight? Why were you so upset? Get all of this out in the open right now and record it. So later on, when they're like, oh, no, you can't talk about the fight part, it's too late. See, but Tatum knows this.
Right, exactly.
He knows better.
And if you heard prior to them playing this little clip, technically none of these are being considered factual or official statements. Why? Because they're only being done on a podcast. Right? But these things can be recalled.
Oh, yeah.
And particular details are being omitted, I would say almost purposely. Because this man is a ex-officer. Depending on whatever capacity he was an officer, he would know about investigations. He would know about how you properly interrogate someone and the necessary questions you would ask in order to get particular details. I don't want, honestly, listen, the fact that I just heard there's a whole adult that was out there and someone ended up unalive, and we see all these damn children out there drinking alcohol, and there's an adult.
Yeah, because somebody had to get the alcohol. It was the adult.
You see? Somebody needs to be accountable for this, man. All right, real quick, shout out to you, Sister Tanya, in the building.
Of course, her beloved Chief Sister Tanya. Yahabashima Shabakata. Walk the water for your generous donation. Continued support and keeping that $1 drive alive 4 more times. The water says.
God, all praise, honor, glory to the Most High. We just need one more, y'all. We just need one more.
That's right.
You did.
And left because I was so upset. As Javon mentions, that they were ready to get me back to land because I was really mad. I was genuinely really mad. But the last time I saw Nolan, I was walking to the boat. This was before the fight. It's me and my old lady. We had just got out of a group of people. Nolan was walking.
Real quick, shout out to you, Sister Tanya, again, for helping us meet our goal.
Sister Tanya, Yahabashima Shabakata. Walk the water for your generous donation. Continued support and keeping that $1 drive alive 1 more time. The water says.
Walking towards Wyatt's boat. I was walking in the opposite direction towards my boat. And I dabbed Nolan up. I made a slick comment about something, actually about the girl that he was with. I made a slick comment to him. I was joking around.
What's the slick comment?
Yeah, well, exactly. What was the slick
hating ass nigga?
Say?
He probably mad to hit the girl Nolan with probably look better.
You took Bart girl?
Crazy.
And I kept going. And not even 10 minutes after that is when I got into a fight. Last thing I told Nolan was, all right, buddy, I love you.
What the hell? You see, he's like, and 10 minutes after that, I got into the fight. Then it cut to black.
Transition?
Yeah, transition. It's like, what the hell? Bro.
Listen, man, whatever the hell is going on, crazy. Who's Bart? Let's figure that out. I know it ain't Bart Simpson. You understand?
See you later. And I'm glad I said it. I had been under the influence a little bit, and that's probably why I did say it at the time, just, getting on. And not even 10 minutes after that is when I got into a fight. Last thing I told Nolan was, all right, buddy, I love you. See you later. And I'm glad I said it. I had been under the influence a little bit, and that's probably why I did say it at the time, just, getting all lovey-dovey, but I'm at peace. I said it. I'm glad I said it. That was my last encounter with Nolan. Just telling him I love him.
Did you have any, so you leave the island, did you have any encounters or association with these phones, with the keys? Did you have any connection to any of that?
I did not. So what I know, Warren started, I got my first phone call from Warren at about 9:20. I didn't answer it.
This nigga has impeccable memory. For a night that first he was, drinking. He couldn't tell. He was so drunk he couldn't tell Nolan, nah, Nolan, you need to come be safe with me. Don't stay with the girl.
All right.
But he wasn't so drunk to have the inability of saying, yeah, he called me around 9:20. You know what I'm saying? Amongst other things. Remember why he got into a fight. He can remember he tells Nolan, I love you. You know what I'm saying? But doesn't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still stuck on the fact that there was a whole adult out there and stuff like this happened. This is ridiculous.
I was asleep. I'd been on the boat all day. I didn't feel like going to party anymore. I went to bed. So I got my first phone call about 9:20, and I didn't wake up again until a little after 11 o'clock. And that was to my brother coming in the room being like, hey, Warren's trying to get a hold of you. You need to answer the phone. They're looking for Nolan. And I'm half awake, and I pick up the phone. And by this time, nobody had came to the house to grab anything. And Warren gets on the phone, and he's just like, hey, man, he was like, hey, have you talked to Nolan? Anything else? I was like, no, I haven't talked to him, man. He was with that girl last time I knew. And he was like, okay. He was like, man, we can't get a hold of him. We don't know where he's at. And I was like, man, it's Nolan. He's probably just out somewhere with that girl. Like, get a hold of the girl. You'll probably find Nolan. It's no big deal. And he was like, all right. He was like, but
how you getting a hold of someone y'all just met? Imagine that. Niggas gonna pop up magically with the goddamn phone number in their phone in their phones. How the hell you finna get in touch with somebody y'all don't know? What kind of suggestion is that? All right, real quick, shout out Chief Sister Tanya in the building.
Of course, our beloved Chief Sister Tanya and son Cameron. Yahabashim Yashabagatam. Well, the Waterfare Generous Donation continues support. Keep it at $5 drive alive from Cameron. Please pray for me, family, to book this job. We always do. Audition for a new TV series, and it will be filmed in Canada. The Water Shalom. Of course, King. Of course, we'll pray for that blessing from the Most High. I'm sorry.
But we're starting to freak out. We're getting on the phone with Coast Guard. I was okay. And at that time, he had already talked to his mom, Nolan's mom. And he was getting on the phone with the Coast Guard. And I'd called. I need to be specific about this. I did not call Warren's phone. I called another one of our buddies' phone, and it was on speakerphone. They were all together. I was talking on my other buddy's phone, talking to Warren. He was dialing Coast Guard because he hung up the phone and was like, hey, this is them, bye, and hung up the phone. And that was the last time I talked to him until the next morning when we all decided, when I woke up about 7 o'clock that morning, we had all decided that we were going to go out on the boat and go look for Nolan. Wyatt had already had his boat still in the water. We took that boat out. It was
what day are we talking?
That's Sunday morning.
Sunday morning on the 5th. The 5th?
So it was Saturday the 4th was the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. The 5th was Sunday. We were on the water from 9:45 to 11:50, 12 o'clock era, about lunchtime. Mm-hmm. While we were on the water, we talked to a rescue guy, and he told us to get off the water and said that they kind of had the island and the water under control. That's the professionals, man. Yeah. They told us to get on social media and find out any information we can. And by that time, we had already talked to a good amount of people out there. So it just made sense. So we went back in and we concluded our search and started the search off socials and started sharing everything we could and try to get a hold of anybody that could have talked to Nolan, that Nolan possibly would have reached out to.
At the same time, another major development could have an even greater impact on this case. Mississippi's official autopsy has now been completed. However, the report remains under seal and has not yet been released to the public. According to reports, it's expected to become part of the evidence reviewed by a grand jury before any public disclosure is made. This is especially significant because the independent autopsy requested by Nolan's family was unable to determine a definitive cause or manner of death. The forensic pathologist explained that decomposition limited what could be determined and said that while foul play could not be ruled out, there also wasn't enough evidence to officially classify the death as a homicide. That means the official autopsy may become one of the most important pieces of evidence in the entire investigation. It could answer questions that have remained unresolved since Nolan's body was recovered, or it could raise even more.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Like the elders said, listen up, Israel. Never, never, never trust your enemy. Just absolutely never. Not for any reason at all. All right. I don't know how much more this. What? Oh my God, I'm gonna have to log in on my news thing. Salakia. I did not expect this. Oh, here we go. I can do this instead. Oh my God, Salakia. I didn't know that this was gonna happen. All right. I don't know how much more this news article has per se. From the Rolling Stone. But I wanted to go over it as something that popped up on my feed. Let's see. Okay, cool. So again, this is from Rolling Stone, right? It was published by Lorena O'Neill, July 30th, 2026, around 6 a.m. in the morning, right? Inside the desperate search for Nolan Wells. After the teenager's July 4th disappearance, the coastal Mississippi community came together to try to find him, right? From 1,500 feet in the air, Sean Burdett's eyes scanned the calm Mississippi water in the early morning hours of July 6th, right? The sky was a little hazy from the Saharan dust plume that had come in over the Atlantic Ocean and settled over the Gulf Coast. Burdett had taken his propeller plane up just after 6 in the morning after briefing Gulfport Air Traffic Control that he'd likely be flying lower than usual around Horn Island. This was not a recreational flight like Burdett's typically are. This was a search for a missing boy, 18-year-old Nolan Wells. The college football player had disappeared on July 4 after a boating trip with friends on the Barrier Island off the coast of Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Burdett had helped search for a missing child in these waters once before, a 7-year-old who had drowned in a boating accident in 2024. This search was more personal. Wells had been to Burdett's house. His teen son was in Wells' circle of friends, but he had been out of town on the 4th of July. Sitting next to Burdett was Brian Trasher, Vice President of the United Cajun Navy, a civilian search and rescue volunteer group based in Louisiana. Burdett and Trasher had just met before taking to the skies to look for Wells, who at that point had been missing for more than 36 hours. Volunteers from Cajun Navy had charted a flight path based on where they thought a body could be found, given the temperature of the water and the currents. Burdett says that at around 8:30, they noticed a few boats pulled into the northwest tip of Horn Island. "Look over there," Burdett said to Trasher, pointing to more boats moving to the same area. Burdett circled back around and dropped the plane to 600 feet above the land, and that's when he and Trasher saw officials standing next to a body lying on the shore, face down in light blue swim trunks. "It was a gut-wrenching moment," Burdett tells me, his voice turning quiet. It's a few days after Wells' body was found, and Burdett is back in his plane, flying us over the water to show me the path he took in the search. In the 5 days since he went out to look for Wells, the teen's disappearance and death have made national news, and there have been more questions than answers. And about Wells' final day on Horn Island, about 10 miles offshore from coastal Mississippi, where Wells grew up. After days of searching, Wells' body was found on July 6th, not far from where he had been last with his friends. the 4th of July celebrations. That day, Wells was one of a few black kids in a group of mostly white friends, and his death has spurred national conversations about interracial friendships, systemic racism in the South, and whether black people are safe in majority white spaces. But before the swirl of attention, there was a frantic search for a teen known in the community as an outgoing, charming athlete with infectiously positive energy who loved making people smile, which we saw on all the social media posts that they have about this man. Y'all can't see nothing that I'm sharing. That's so crazy. I just noticed that.
Yeah, just see the picture.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Salakia, y'all. Let me try something else right fast. Amadazar's going to let me keep scrolling, too.
Yep.
Nolan was a friend you could always be around, Kayla Conway tells me. He was always open to meeting new people and making them feel accepted and loved. If you met Nolan, you would never forget him or his laugh. Wasn't some of his organs missing? Yeah, from the private pathologist. There was lungs and something around the throat area was missing from the body parts that they sent to the private pathologist. It says just after 11 on the night of Saturday, July 4, Nolan Wells' mother, Christine Wansley, got a phone call. Her son's friend, Warren Hudson, asked if she heard from Wells. Hudson told her Wells had not returned with them from Horn Island because he'd wanted to stay behind with friends, but that nobody had seen him make it back to land. I said, all right, well, don't freak out. I'm going to call the Coast Guard. Hudson recounted when describing their conversation to YouTuber Brandon Tatum. Wansley had last seen her son the night before on July 3rd after he cooked a salmon dinner for his parents and then headed to a friend's house to sleep over before the group boating trip. He was just like, hey, Mom, I'm about to go. I love you. Wansley later said in a press conference, it was a hug, kiss, and he left. Was that the conversation where Warren was like, no, don't call the Coast Guard? He told the mom, don't call the Coast Guard?
Warren?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. That was the guy that was talking on the phone. That was Warren.
With their mom, yeah.
The one that was talking to the AAA people.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm not sure then.
In what conversation?
I think it was him that was like telling them, no, don't call the Coast Guard.
Oh, okay.
But every day is just more questions with this. It's like there's no answers.
And that's exactly what they say here. There's more questions than there are answers. It says Wansley had last seen her. Okay, I read that. When I received the phone call from Warren, I immediately called my friend Toshima and I said, hey, have you guys seen Nolan? Wansley told Good Morning America. Toshima's sons, Jalen and Javon Williams, had grown up with her son. Javon and Jalen pulled up Nolan's location on Snapchat while Wansley tried to track his phone on the tracking app Live 360. The apps located Wells' phone in different places, with Snapchat showing it on the island and Live 360 showing it back on the mainland. Wansley asked her friend to pick up the phone from a house near the location shown on Live 360. Meanwhile, Wansley's husband, Elmore, went to the house where Wells had slept the night before to retrieve Wells' keys. When Elmore arrived, he later said in a press conference he was initially told the keys weren't there, but they were eventually found on top of an Xbox in the house, and the phone had been brought back to the mainland with Wells' friends. The confusion around the keys and phone added to Wells' parents' concern. Wansley said to the Grandma Good Morning America interview that when she and her sister went through her son's phone and saw there were no Snapchat pictures from the past 24 hours, she found it strange, since he always documented his day on social media. Wansley called the police station, then was directed to the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources. Since Horn Island, where her son was last seen, sat on federal land in the Mississippi Sound, she later said there was confusion over who would have jurisdiction over the search. Wansley posted on her Facebook at 11:55 p.m. Saturday night, "Please be on the lookout for Nolan. It's unclear if he made it back on land. Please message me if you have seen him." Around midnight, Wells' parents met a deputy from the Jackson County Sheriff's Office to share the bits of information they'd gotten from Wells' friends. "If I knew anyone who had a boat, I would have gone out that night," Elmore later said in a press conference. "We tried, but I don't have friends with boats." About 2 hours later, in the middle of the night, Lieutenant Patrick Caron from the MDMR spoke with the shift supervisor from the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Lieutenant Tracy Odom told Caron he and his deputies had taken the initial missing persons report and had spoken with several friends who traveled to the island with Wells. Based on the information provided, Odom did not have reason to believe there were any water-related exigencies. You know, let me see. No, not. That's what that word is, exigencies?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've got to scroll down now. Salakia. Damn it. Where was I?
Right there.
Okay, right here. Reads an MDMR. And he believed the most likely scenario was Nolan rode in on another vessel, but did not have his phone in his possession to make contact with family. Before sunrise on July 5th, people across Ocean Springs were sharing Wansley's Facebook post, asking for any information about her missing son. Wells' football coach saw one of the posts and contacted Wells' parents that morning, offering to take them out on his boat. The Wansleys and Wells' coach went out to Horn Island early that morning, circling the island by boat and walking on shore trying to find the teenager. While there, they ran into officials on an MDMR patrol boat who were also searching the island for Wells. Around the same time that morning, Kaylin Conway woke up and saw the missing person flyers on Facebook. She had known Wells for a couple of years since they'd gone to neighboring high schools, but hadn't been one of the dozens of teens from the area to head out to Horn Island for the 4th of July. She opened Snapchat, checked Wells' location, and saw he was at home. Relieved, she took a screenshot of his location to send to his mother. She then sent Wells a Snapchat message saying, "OMG, you scared me. I thought you were missing." Once he responded to the message explaining that she had Wells' phone. Conway began frantically thinking of ways to help. She followed the United Cajun Navy on Facebook and messaged them to see if they could look for her missing friend. "Please help spread the word. We all miss him so much," she messaged at 7:25 a.m. Volunteer Josh Gill responded with his phone number, and Conway sent it to Wansley. "Hi, this is Christine," Wansley wrote to Gill just after 8 that morning. "My son is Nolan Wells, who went missing yesterday. Within 30 minutes, we had 2 boats and a drone with additional assets on the way," Gill tells me. "We're sitting in his backyard by the water in a town outside of New Orleans on Thursday, July 9th. Above us hangs memorabilia Gill has kept from the different search and rescue operations from his year and a half volunteering with the United Cajun Navy. He's traveled to Alaska and South America." I don't really care about this guy's accolades, but this search was nearby, just 100 miles. He tells me about how he, okay, that phone, okay. So this is the guy that probably found him. Okay. This isn't really much different stuff. But of course, as they stated here, there's more questions than there is answers, and that's still to this day very much the same thing that which idiot teenager alive that is going to leave his phone out of his hand? We know that a teenager phone is cloned to his body, and let alone have Snapchat just be absolutely blank like that is crazy, right? Yeah, this is pretty much all the same stuff. This is his mother, right? His family. Again, condolences going out to Nolan Wells' family with this major loss that they had. I mean, and it's just the fact that nothing's really being done about it. Matter of fact, right here, like you said earlier, Madaza, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office and FBI are conducting a joint investigation, as are Crump and the Wansleys. The official autopsy results and toxicology report have yet to be released. And that was about 7 days ago. So this article is about 7 days ago. So now that the toxicology report that has been released was deemed fake, Adrian Myers McAlrath, District Attorney for Mississippi's 19th Circuit Court District, announced she would be releasing limited information before presenting the case to a grand jury, which is standard in that county for all deaths not related to natural causes. So apparently, this is something that is normal when something is not released, or excuse me, when something is not related to a natural cause. As people wait for investigation results, information has continued to come out about Wells's final day. In audio release from a distress call made by Wells's friends, the caller requests towing assistance after a bolt malfunction. Muffled voices can be heard in the background. Some online commenters hear people saying Wells' name and asking if he's dead, while others insist the voices are too garbled and suggest the callers are just panicked about the boat taking on water. The case has gotten a swell of attention online as internet sleuths try to figure out for themselves what really happened to Wells on the 4th of July. Some of that attention has led to the spread of misinformation, including AI images and photos taken out of context. It could be weeks or months before Wells' family get answers. What happened to our son, Nolan Wells? Christine Wansley posted on her Facebook, July 28th. This is the only question anyone should be focused on, which is a fact. That's really what we want to know, is what happened to our brother, right? What happened to the brother Nolan Wells? And honestly, withholding information isn't going to help figure that out. Lord willing, the Most High sees fit for this to be figured out as soon as possible. All right, by His grace and by His mercy. Again, definitely sending condolences to the family of brother Nolan Wells. And Lord willing, the information that is necessary surfaces quickly. All right. But without any further ado, we are going to begin closing out. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. Throughout to everybody who joined us here this evening. Throughout to everybody who joined us here this evening. Remember to hit that like button, share the video, and hit the like button. All right. I'm going to say it again. This was simply, this broadcast did include copyrighted material used for commentary, criticism, teaching, research, and educational discussion. Servants of YHWH Ministries Incorporated does not claim ownership of third-party content shown or reviewed. All right. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and start spamming the prayer hand emojis in the chat. Let's go ahead and start spamming the prayer hand emojis in the chat. Again, hashtag no distractions, hashtag Nolan Wells. All right. Starting with the elders, we have Zaquan Rapaya, Zaquan Dabwa Ra, Zaquan Deshawn, Zaquan Brother Douglas, Zaquan Yapaja, Zaquan Brenda, and Elder Priest Zabak. Then we have Chief Sister Tanya and her family. Chief Sister Tanya and her family, her Aunt Angel, her daughter-in-law Marquita, her sons Cameron and Dewan. Remember, put up them extra prayers for Brother Cameron. That's right. And his upcoming gig with the TV show in Canada, Lord willing. All right. Chief Sister Princess Erica and her family, her brother Tazama, Brother Eric, son Jalen, and her daughter Sister Holly. Chief Sister Doni Israel, her husband, sons Jaden, June, and Angel with his wife Anna. Brother Megan Israel and family, Sister Maya Tazak and family, Nayana and family, Azariah and family. Brother Mayashala's Ribs family, Brother Ali Shai's family, Tonio and family, J Dubs and family. Salaki, Tonio and family, J Dubs and family, Lahag and family, Papa and family, Yamershan and family, Sister Tiara and family, Yolanda Caesar and family, Brother Hazaz's mother, Brother Nashaz's mother Heidi, Hosea Israel's mother Elizabeth, Brother Amaraz's grandmother Daisy, Brother Namar and his mother Edith, Brother Jay and his mother Iris, Chief Sister Alayasha's dad Mark, the house of Matthew, the house of Quatzazab Allah, the house of Shemaiah and family, Cadiz and Disla family, Brother Tazahab's daughter Tiffany, Chief Sister Tanya, Chief Sister Princess Erica, Chief Sister Teresa, Chief Sister Shalimar, Chief Sister Joni Israel, Chief Sister Melina, Chief Sister Princess Ali Shah, Chief Sister Charity, Chief Sister Monica Wade, Sister Edna, Baby Annalise, Sister Sharon, Colette, Kalia, Mashara, Saparia, Perez, Hadassah, Laela, Mila, Katana, Jay, Kayal, Layla and family, Masala, Tati, Aaliyah and family, Lilibeth, Adriana, Kwane, Adani, Melina, Kayla Duckworth, Michaela, Mariah, Izaria, Azariah, Roxy, Clarissa, Cheryl, Tracy, Donna Epps, Ashley, Sierra, Loretta, and Christina Naqua, Summer, Evelyn, Leandre, Nevea, and his sister Michelle, Brother Willie, Carmelo Anthony, Zarak, Jeremiah. Hold on. Uh-oh. Adorium, I believe his name is. Let me see. Listen to this one more again.
It's Adorium.
Okay, so Brother Adorium, Yawasap, Luke, Iwa, Joseph, Naquam, Chief Priest Alazar Loya, Priest Taka, Brother Hassad, Avi, Wedden, Jay, Amadazallah, Kawapan, Patrick, Iwanathon, Athar Pinder, Meshach, Isaiah Allah, Nakash, Paris, DeMarco, Quentin, Vaughn, Banya, Amariah, Gawad, Kashayo, Rapa Allah, Tribe of Issachar, Mahar, Famous Richard, Aisho Speed, Kai Sanat, Rob, Jesus, Ayara, Tawash, Gamaria, Ant, Mayak Allah, Hayaman, Aina, Dakar, Azaya, Rikwam, Dagar, Yaquab, Quidar, Joaquim Jones, Nagai, Thabawan, and Sanathan, Zaram, Sayad, Aliyah, Tazayar, Tazar, Abayar, Rakawam, Alizabad, Ashaya, Kananaya, Kapayar, Joe, Dwayne Scott, Vincent, Zion Rakat, Jaden, Kylan, Naquai, Sha'ar, Amawan, Ariella, Ahaziah, Rawatazak, Quarabia, Kanaya Allah, Lamwa Allah, Gazar, Gazar, and daughter Ayani, Jonathan Montague, King Katora, Quatazav, Yasiel, Moses, Ramamoth, Abraham, Zion, Shashawan, Brandon Green, and Ayir Green, Deshaun Robertson, Christian Navarro, Yadi, Jacquees, Yatab, Shapacha, and daughter Ariana, Sharian, Shariat, Ashdath, Aliadad, Tony, Hosea, Israel, Tazawar Allah, Yakal, O Warrior Allah, Nakama Tazalim, Alan Cupid, Gawan, Yazanai, Hassan, Alan Orozco, and Brother Tyrone. Some of the camp schools and ministries, Sakari, The Light of Zion, Sons of Thunder, Watchmen for Israel, Great Millstone, House of Bread, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, Israel United in Christ, Genesis Israelites, House of Israel, the Masada, the Refiners, Geborim, Alpha Omega Clan, Ram Gadol Gabarian, Believers of the Way, Sons of Jacob, Hebrew Excellence, Jeshurun Camp, Living Water, Servants of YHWH Ministries Incorporated. Last, most certainly not least, the land of Israel itself. From the Nile to the Euphrates, from the Euphrates to the Nile, we are praying for our people. We are praying for our land. We are praying for our land, and we are praying for our people. We are praying for physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, agricultural, and financial health with stability. And of course, we are doing so by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushai. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and start spamming the wolf emojis in the chat for Chief Sister Melina putting in that hard work over there at Hebrew Kids TV. Let's go ahead and start spamming the wolf emojis in the chat for Chief Sister Melina putting in that hard work over there at Hebrew Kids TV.
My God, he's spoiling me. Water into mercy. Water into mercy. The Feast of Dedication is a holy holiday that we celebrate for 8 days. During these days, we have feasts and give gifts. It's a wonderful festive time that we share. But where does it come from? Back then, during the time of Alexander the Great, he went conquering many kingdoms and becoming a mighty man on earth that many feared. Before he died, he divided all the kingdoms among his men. Out of the kings was a man named Antiochus, who had rulership over the Greeks. In those days, there were some wicked Israelites that persuaded many to join him with the wicked. And when they did, the king told them to do the ways of the heathen. So they did, not circumcising their children, forsook the holy covenant, and continued to do mischief. Now when Antiochus' kingdom was established, he thought to take over 2 realms. So he went after Egypt and took everything from them. Then he went against Israel in Jerusalem and tore down our sanctuary, robbed our gold, and slaughtered many. Israel was in great mourning. Many were killed, women and children taken captive, and our homes burned with fire. The heathen built the city of David with a great wall with towers. Wicked men with armor fortified themselves there with all of Israel's spoils. Those that lived in Jerusalem ran away because the city was full of strangers. Innocent blood was spilled in the sanctuary, and it was defiled. The land of Jerusalem was in great mourning. And it came to pass that King Antiochus commanded the Israelites to leave the laws of God and to follow him.
Right, all praises, honor, and glory to you. How about Shemi? Make sure that we're tapping in with Hebrew Kids TV. Make sure we staying tapped in with Hebrew Kids TV. All right, all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. Shout out to everybody who helped us reach that super chat goal. Shout out to everybody who helped us reach that super chat goal. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, all right, if you believe that these ministries have been a blessing to you and or your household, consider sowing into the mission. Consider sowing into the mission. Prayerfully, 50 people can give $50 on a monthly basis. All right, 50 people can give $50 on a monthly basis. All right, you can give, you can share the information for others to give, and please keep us in prayer. All right, the the Cash App is $SERV YHWH, $SERV YHWH. Then you have the Zelle 786-771-0114, 786-771-0114. Also, all right.
Oh, I was in the rain today, Sister Tanya, so I got the sniffles a little bit. That's why I'm a little bundled up. But yeah, it is pretty cold in the school, and yeah, I'm usually bundled up like this anyway. But
yeah, my house is cold.
It doesn't bother me. Yeah.
Yeah, my house is cold, and it's easy. I don't know. I like hoodies. They keep me comfortable. But text tabs or tabernacles to 833-442-0848. Again, text tabs or tabernacles to 833-442-0848 to begin your RSVP process to come hold the Feast of Tabernacles with us down here in South Florida. All right, let's get the information collected, etc., by the grace, mercy, and strength of the Heavenly Father. All right, without any further ado, I must and I will say, Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Until next time, shalom.
All right, brothers and sisters, as always, it's an absolute honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to be gathered here together tonight in the name of the Most High God, Yahweh. That's why we're here, because we love our God. We love to serve him. We love his law, statutes, and commandments. We even love his judgments, because that's what a good father does, to keep his children in order. And it's an absolute honor to be in service to you Israelites out there, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, God's chosen people. It's high time we return to our Heavenly Father, keeping all of his law, statutes, and commandments, which includes faith in our Lord and Savior, Hamashiach Yahushai, who the world calls Jesus Christ. And with that, we'll say, Call Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, and say Shalom. Ahabatam, Israel. Love y'all.
Hitler's Bible.
Yeah.
I believe it's also altered.
Yeah, Hitler was a Christian. You're a Christian.
I'm not Christian. I believe in God, though. I believe that God is a reference to the universe and nature.
What's your God's name?
My God doesn't have a name. It's a reference to the universe and nature.
Wow. He must be like a nobody. At least Buddha, he got a name. Everywhere. People know him. Krishna, she got a name.
Nature? Okay, fine. Mother Nature.
Mother Nature? Also, you worship a woman.
No, I worship nature.
Man.
And woman is the creator of all things, so why would you?
Women are the creator of all things?
Yeah.
So
wow.
God is a woman?
No, my God is...
So who created all things?
Are you incapable of understanding what I'm saying?
Are you capable of understanding what you're saying? The mic's not even over there. That's how dumb you are.
Where's the mic at? You got it?
It's gonna. There you go. There you go. I wouldn't like him either.
Yeah, because you're a fucking nigger. Yeah, because you're a fucking nigger. Yeah, because you're a fucking nigger.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm a. Hear this?
You're an ignorant person.
And he asked me, why do I think white people are inherently evil?
I'm about that life. I'm ready to throw down right now, bro.
Yeah.
You want to throw down?
Yeah, he's on drugs.
What? Boss man, we doing you a big favor, bro. Go back the way, bro. Leave them alone, bro. I'm not here to be leave them alone. No, I understand that, but I mean, I'm just wondering, like, on what grounds do you have to? You're harassing people. They don't want you to bother them. Why are they here? They're allowed to be here, but it doesn't mean you have to come and harass them. What makes you think I'm harassing? Okay.
All right, all praises. We finished Habakkuk 2, right?
Yeah.
Where was I going to go after that? It's all right. Let's go back to Isaiah 2 anyways. Shout out to these beautiful brothers and sisters. All right, just know that y'all the Israelites, blacks, and Hispanics, for God's chosen people, we must keep God's commandments. Amen. All right, go ahead.
All praises to the Most High. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.